Hi guys, so it seems Sue Gray has resigned. She was Keir Starmer's chief of staff. Her job was both to be a gatekeeper when it came to access to the Prime Minister, but also to keep the government focused on delivery. I had said from the outset that it was a massive political risk taking on Gray. She famously headed the investigation into the PartyGate scandal involving Boris Johnson and his lies to the public and Parliament over breaches in the lockdown rules. At the time, she was held up as a robust and impartial civil servant. So when she was taken on by Keir Starmer to be his chief of staff, I asked, why? And now she's gone to another role, it seems. Have a listen.
Yeah, look, this is someone that should not really be in the spotlight, that should be operating behind the scenes as the Prime Minister's chief of staff. But Sue Gray has been in the spotlight, as you say, questions over her pay, briefings about how Number 10 is working, whether she has too much power. And now we have confirmation that looks like she is being moved. I'm reading this for the first time out loud to you. So Keir Starmer said, "I want to thank Sue Gray for all the support she has given me, both in opposition and government, and her work to prepare us for government and get us started on our programme of change." He goes on to say that she's played a vital role in strengthening our relations with the regions and nations, and I'm delighted that she will continue to support that work. So this is a new role that she's going to be given. Sue Gray has said in response, "I'm pleased to have accepted the new role as a Prime Minister's envoy for the regions and nations. After leading the Labour Party's preparations for government and kick-starting work on our programme for change, I'm looking forward to drawing on my experience to support the Prime Minister and the Cabinet to help deliver the government's objectives across the nations and regions of the UK, in addition to building a close partnership with devolved governments." And she goes on to say she's delighted about the new role. It's been an honour to take on the role of Chief of Staff and to play my part in delivery of a Labour government.
Okay, so she's been demoted. She was in a very senior position. Now she's in a very junior position. We don't even know what this position involves. Now, why did she go? Or was she pushed or did she resign under her own steam? Well, it seems internal politics is part of the problem, and the right-wing media is another part of the problem. So the internal politics, it seems that junior civil servants were complaining about her managerial style. It seems she has a more aggressive managerial style than other senior civil servants, so that probably rubbed a few people the wrong way, allegedly. And they briefed against her. They talked about how she was earning more money than the Prime Minister, and then, of course, in comes the right-wing media who run with this story. Why is this civil servant earning more than the Prime Minister does? And then, of course, there's a lot of bad blood following the removal of Boris Johnson or Boris Johnson's resignation. Because when she became Keir Starmer's chief of staff, I couldn't understand why. Maybe she's highly qualified. Maybe she's really good at her job. But politically, I didn't understand this selection, because she's deeply linked to the investigation into PartyGate, and many Tories are upset and angry, and the right-wing media, of course, are angry that Boris Johnson was removed from power, and they load a lot of this onto the shoulders of Sue Gray. So when Keir Starmer made her his chief of staff, it seemed like a political decision, not one based on merit. Now, it probably was one based on merit, but it came across as a political decision. And of course, this upset the right-wing media. Now, we shouldn't have politics based on whether the right-wing media get upset or not, but you can be guaranteed that they're going to look for something to bring people down. So as soon as somebody briefed to the right-wing media that Sue Gray's salary was higher than the Prime Minister's, they ran with that. And this constantly ate away at harmony within the Labour administration, it seems. And then Keir Starmer had to make a decision and probably was, okay, we need to move you out of this. You're becoming too much of a problem. Or maybe she decided, I'm becoming too much of a problem, too much of a distraction. I'm going to quit, or I'm going to move to another position. Now she's, it seems, replaced by a guy called Morgan McSweeney. There have been criticisms of his ability to run campaigns. So this is going to be perhaps a problem for him. If he's not good at campaigning, with local elections coming up, maybe the Scottish elections later on, and then eventually the general election, he may have a bit of trouble on his hands. So, look, once again, I don't understand the motivation Keir Starmer had with employing Sue Gray, unless it was based on merit. But it shows a lack of political understanding. His political antennae are not working to the best of their ability, because she had a lot of baggage. The PartyGate investigation, this was something that upset a lot of Conservatives, and they were out for blood. They were looking for somebody to attack. And when Keir Starmer put her in charge, he sort of put a target on his own back. Look at him putting this civil servant into a senior position, into a political position. And then, of course, the fact that she was earning more money than him was something they could run with. Now, do the public care about this? Diddly squat. This is Westminster politics. This is internal political politics, internal politics within the Labour Party, within the government, but also it's within the Westminster bubble. And people don't really care about that outside Westminster, outside London. So while the Conservatives and the right-wing media will run with this, the vast majority of people don't even know who Sue Gray is and couldn't really give a damn. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.